want to get into woodworking, but you're not sure where to start. You already watched 10 videos online already, and you're still not too sure. Well, this video is for you. My name is Romario, and this is Build with Romario, where we bring positive energy to all projects. I came across woodworking around 12 years ago. Well, it was actually wood carving that I came across, and I fell in love with it. It was a skill that looked very creative, and I wanted to learn it. So what I did was go ahead and bought a small saw, some carving knives, and I found some wood around the house. I started carving Lovely, you can see here, which became part of my business name. And I was just carving out my initials. I was honestly just practicing, and that's what I would suggest for you. Get some basic tools and just start trying your hand at it. The tools that I would suggest, if you have around $100 to put into this and to invest in yourself, what I would suggest, this is me, because there's other videos that will say other things and they're not wrong. This is just where I started. I started with less than what I'm going to advise. So I started with a jigsaw. Well, I started with less, but again, for you, I would suggest a jigsaw. You can get used tools. You don't have to go out to buy anything new. Get something from Facebook Marketplace, Let Go, just one of those places where you can get some used tools. Facebook Marketplace will probably have this exact jigsaw, but a jigsaw for probably $30 to $50. You could probably find one for $50 in a big box store like Home Depot or Lowe's. But again, try to go for $30, $35, cost efficient. Go on a budget for right now. Orbital sander, same thing, $30 to $40 on Facebook Marketplace. And get those things. Get some blades for your jigsaw, which will be around, if you get singular, probably $2. If you get a pack, probably $7 and up. Start small. Get a $2, $7, $5. Just get one blade for right now. You don't need too much. You're practicing, okay? You'll also need some sanders, right? Sandpaper. I would suggest 100, 120, 150. I'm not sure if you can get them in singles, but I know you can get them in 10 packs or 15 packs at Home Depot or Lowe's. It's probably $10 per pack, so you could probably start with 120. Practice sanding. I will also suggest the type of wood that you should go ahead and get first is one, if you could find some scrap wood anywhere, that would be perfect. But if not, you can go to Home Depot or Lowe's and get some pine wood or poplar wood. Those are the cheap ones. You can just get a board that's probably 10 inches by 6 foot or probably 5 inches by 6 foot. Just get something cheap. Run you $5. Bring that back to your house and you can start playing around with it. You can just start cutting out shapes. You can print out shapes. You can cut out sections of the wood. Before doing that, I would suggest you looking up more videos online to see how to properly use those tools. Okay? A jigsaw, of course, it's a power tool. You have to be very safe, and that's first. Always be safe when using and operating any tools. So you have to learn how to use them. And of course, practice makes perfect. Listen to the tips and tricks that you learn from these videos and go on and try. Give your hand a try. But be safe. Don't have anything loose or baggy next to these tools. Don't have a hoodie with strings and none of those things. Okay? Have a mask with you. Get PPE, goggles, earplugs, and gloves, because safety is always first. Once you get a handle of your tools, familiar with how to maneuver it, how to use it, then you can move on to trying to make a profit from the skill that you've just learned. You do not have to be perfect. You do not have to be close to perfect. I started selling different pieces without being anything close to perfect. I realized that there was a lot of steps that I skipped in the beginning, and I just didn't have as much patience that I needed to have a high quality product. I learned that later on, and that was due to me not doing the research that I needed to do to make those high quality products. I skipped the sanding process. I did sand, but I did not go through the proper way of sanding. I also did not properly finish my projects. So, with lack of protective coats, those are things I just didn't do, and I thought I could have bypassed it. Again, I made sales, but it was not the best quality as to what I do now. So I would advise for you to educate yourself. I'm sure you already have information, you have knowledge, but I would say start by applying yourself, and along the way you would learn, or you would realize there's certain things that you need to learn, and continue to gather the information or absorb the information that's out there and available to you on YouTube. If you want to go ahead and buy a course, you can, but again, there's a lot of information that's online that's for free. I just mentioned that I started making sales before getting really good at woodworking. So what I started off doing is making signs, country signs if anything, by first going to Staples, printing out an image, coming back, cutting that image out with my carving knives, placing it on the wood that I'm gonna cut out with my jigsaw. I'll trace it onto the wood, then I'll cut it out with my jigsaw. Afterwards, I will continue to carve in the sections within the cutout that I had. I would start carving out certain sections that I wanted to paint onto the wood and replicate the image onto the wood, if that makes sense. I painted the surface, I practically transferred the image onto the wood, and I started selling those signs. It was country signs. I painted a picture of a lion, but again, I made stencils by hand. Eventually, I learned about a Cricut machine, and I invested in that. It became way easier for me in terms of time, because the machine would do everything for me. It was amazing, because I didn't even know there was something like that. So I invested in myself, and that's when I opened up my Etsy shop. I started by painting more signs, but from a 5.5 inch wood by 16 inches. I had customized me, and I gave different color options and different font options. I posted that for $25, and probably within the same week I started making sales. I was excited on a platform that's new to me, Etsy. And this was 5 years ago. People started buying it, they loved it, they left me reviews. I was excited, and then eventually I realized that, okay, I need to up my price because this is taking me some time to paint over it. Well, lay the stencil onto the wood, paint again for different coats, and then probably spray some UV resistant protective spray on it. Took me a little bit more longer as time goes on. I began to realize that I should be making more than $25 for these signs, so I upped my price. And as time went on, I continued to progress in what I provided. I started to make more elaborate signs with resin included in the wood, and that's where I have all my resin right here. I started to learn about resin, I started to practice, I bought molds from Amazon, I started making dominoes, and I posted that online on Etsy as well. Started off at $25, then I raised it up to $50 over time. So that's something I would give a tip on. Start in terms of your pricing. Don't go to hurt yourself per se in terms of price, but start on the low side. So you can start to build traction online. Once you start getting your sales, then you can raise your price over time. You will get your reviews, you will have more sales on your shop, so where it shows that you're a reliable seller. And now then you can start raising your price to where you believe is fair for you and the customer. That's how I continue to progress in woodworking and making profit as well. I learned a lot throughout the duration of time, and I continue to develop my skill, hence using resin as well. And not sure if that's the route that you would take, but in terms of what direction you're looking to go, I would advise you to apply yourself and learn as well. Don't just absorb information and don't do anything, because you won't get anywhere. Okay? The next thing I'll say is that just know your why for jumping into woodworking. Do you enjoy the skill? Do you just want to make money from this? Is it both? If it's both, then good, because you'll need a lot of patience when doing this. And if it's just about the money, you may not get as far as you would like to go. If you just want to be miserable and make the money, then okay, that's on you. That's totally fine if it's okay with you. But I'll just say that this is a beautiful process with making projects. You see something in your mind, you take it out, or you project it out into the physical, and you see the final product. That's very satisfying, and it's a beautiful process to me personally. And you can make extra income doing this, and that's a huge blessing. So just remember your why when going into this. There will be a lot of patience that you will need for making high quality projects, or getting yourself to that point of making high quality projects, because that's where you ultimately would like to provide great service, which will again take patience. and great products to your customers. So that's why I just want to reiterate. Remember that there's going to be a lot of learning curves when it comes to business, when it comes to the skill itself, and just when it comes to you learning about yourself when diving into this. There'll be a lot of projects that you have to repeat that you probably will not want to do, but if it's a sale that you already gotten, then you have to produce. You have to deliver on that product. So just remember that there's certain things you would not like to do, but again, it's part of the process, okay? Sanding, when I started learning this, I did not necessarily go further into learning how to properly sand my products. I would just do 120 and that was it. It was smooth, it was beautiful, but that's not how it goes. You continue to go up in grit until it's fine. And of course that depends on the project. That totally depends on the project. But again, that takes learning, that takes patience, that takes you investing time into the skill to become better over time. So that's what I would say. And also for encouragement, for inspiration, I would say go ahead and join some Facebook groups. Of course there's YouTube, but on Facebook there's a lot of groups that's there for beginners with experts in there. There's expert groups. They don't know your level of skill. Just join it, see what others are doing. They'll probably give you some ideas on what you can make, what you can try to make. I would say fail forward. Look for different projects that's out there that might pique your interest and try your hand at it. Just start by making something that you will believe that you would enjoy making. And granted that you post it on Facebook Marketplace for sale or on Etsy and it makes a sale, then you will go ahead and enjoy the process of making one for someone else. You can also get inspiration from TikTok, Instagram, social media, Pinterest. You can just type in DIY projects, DIY furniture, DIY crafts, and a lot will pop up. People is always posting their tutorials, posting their short videos, and you can see the process by what they're posting. You can get an idea of what's needed to get it done, and you can put your own spin onto it as well. You want to be your own person, your shop to be unique to you. That comes with you repeatedly completing projects and just picking up different skills and applying it to future projects. So with that, I'll say that anyone can learn woodworking. It just comes down to your mindset, your willingness to learn and apply yourself. One last thing that I would say is start where you are. I started working on my projects inside of my apartment. I would block off the hallway doors with plastic and I would start cutting out my outlines inside the hallway. When I moved from there, I worked in a basement. I just put some liners on the ceiling to section off where I was working so the dust don't go over to the other rooms. When I moved, I worked on a balcony. I worked inside of a closet. Anywhere I can find, that's where I worked. So space-wise, you don't need a garage. I'm now in a garage after years of dreaming to be here, honestly. Years of dreaming. This was my goal, to have a garage eventually. Probably 8 years or so later, I'm in a garage. And I could build out this garage the way I want it. I have a CNC machine. I have things that I wanted for a long time. But it takes time. It takes time. I just recently got here, okay? And this was after years. So there's no rush. It really is no rush. Enjoy the process. I know people who's where you probably want to be would say those things, but it's stuff that I was telling myself throughout those years. Eventually I'll get there, but I have to do what I'm doing right now in order to get to where I want to be. So don't watch what anybody else have. Focus on you, focus on where you are, and just know that you have to start now in order for you to start your journey to where you will be in the future. Okay, so with that, this channel is going to be catered to helping you get to where you want to be. I'm still learning to this day, and I will continue to learn throughout the next years and for the rest of my life, if I'm being honest. But I will definitely be posting my experience through my videos on this channel to help guide you in case you decide to stick around and subscribe to my channel for the next video. And also feel free to look at the previous videos that I made. I have a lot of tips in there that could probably help you and guide you with some of your future projects. If there's any questions that you guys might have, any tips that you might have for me, please leave it in the comments below. I will definitely look forward to reading them and I will get back to you. If this video was of any help to you or any value, I hope you can leave me a like, and I hope to see you next time if you subscribe. And thank you so much for stopping by. I hope to see you guys on the next one.